I'm sorry. When I started this YouTube channel, it's because I wanted to show citizens how to make the easiest money in the verse. How to make the laziest money in the verse. How to make millions of alpha UEC by doing next to nothing, so that they could afford those big beautiful ships and explore the verse. And I did. We did. It was amazing. The rat method allowed so many people to experience some of the best aspects of Star Citizen. Some people just sat there in the elevators. Some people alt-tabbed out and watched episode after episode of their favorite TV shows. Lots of anime. Some people came home from work, set the rat method up to run, and got to spend some time with their family and friends. All while making the easiest, laziest money in the verse. It was beautiful. On the last day of April 2022, update 3.17 went live, and we were all so excited. So excited. And then that excitement turned to shock and sadness, disappointment. The bunkers, man. They did something to the bunkers. The turrets, they went all aggro, attacking everybody. Didn't matter if you had the mission. The guards inside that are supposed to be doing the work for us, they've got about as much defense as a wet paper bag now. And the enemies, they rip right through them, you know? The days of the rat method were over. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I showed you how to make the easiest, laziest money in the verse. I'm sorry that I showed you how to make millions of credits to buy those big, beautiful ships without having to do too much. Being able to explore and enjoy that aspect of the game. I'm sorry that I set you up for this failure, this disappointment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Citizens, my name's Beard of Oz, and today I'll be showing you how I got over the pain and guilt by buying the MISC Hull A. Let's check it out. Update 3.17 may have crushed our dreams of living that rat life, but it also brought something into my life that I didn't expect to have such an impact. The Musashi Industrial and Starflight Concern, wow, that's a mouthful, let's stick with MISC. The MISC Hull A, the smallest and first of the Hull series, was released alongside the update. When I bought it, it was $80 US. That's 124 Australian in case anyone's wondering. I bought it on a whim because I love spending money and something about its design whispered, buy me. So who was I to argue? At first I was concerned that I'd just made a terrible mistake. Had I just impulse bought a ship I'd hate? Would it handle like the Prospector? Was it the tiny, stupid, bug-shaped disappointment in the shadow of the Taurus or the C2? No. No, it wasn't. At first, I couldn't put my finger on it. The profound sense of satisfaction I felt as I walked along its sleek yet bulbous form. It had a cockpit like a diver's helmet, and I could faintly hear 1,000 children yell, "Among Us!" as though it were the cleverest joke in the world. The feeling of anticipation as I pressed the button to enter, as the circular hatch slid aside and the telltale MISC ladder descended. I actually smiled. It was beautiful. Now, I could go on describing all the features and aesthetic choices that make this ship just so dang satisfying, but the morphologist has already done this in his Architect Reviews video of it, and quite frankly, he does a much better job than I ever could, so if you haven't already, be sure to check that video out. I'll put a link in the description below. Instead, I'm going to tell you how I made this ship and some of the newer features introduced in 3.17, the vehicle by which I would play this game again as though for the first time. When I first bought it with a cargo capacity of 64 SCU, it was already amongst the smallest of my cargo ships. I bought the Taurus and the Hercules C2 with my rat money, so how could it ever stack up to them? The game hadn't wiped, the inventory hadn't wiped, and I still had almost 2 million credits in the bank. I mean, sure, one day the game would wipe and I'd start off with just my Nomad and my Hull A, but not today. And strangely, part of me wished it would. So I did the next best thing. I made my own pretend wipe. Before I get into it, I just want to thank everyone who has supported this channel so far. Your comments, likes, and pressing of that subscribe button means the world to me. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel yet, consider showing your support by doing so. I also stream on Twitch, I'll put a link to that in the description below also. Now where was I? Ah yes, making my own pretend wipe. I sent my money to a friend, leaving myself 25k, the same amount you'd get if you just started playing and used a referral code. That code gives you 5k on top of the standard 20 when you first start playing. If you're going to start playing, feel free to use my referral code. I'll put it in the description below. I then reset my character. Doing this allowed me to reset my home planet to Crusader. I did this because, quite frankly, I rarely visit here, and I wanted all the ships and gear that I had accumulated to effectively not exist. And what better way to do that than by dumping them on a gas giant it takes 15 minutes to land at? So I had 25k, the starter gear on my back, and I would only pilot the Hull A, as if it were the only ship I had. I also gave myself another small stipulation. I wouldn't take missions for the first few days. I wanted to see how much money I could accumulate with just the cargo I could buy and sell, and anything I looted from the places that I traded at. And I'll tell you this, it was slow, but oddly satisfying. Up until this point, I've been running the rat method as I learned the game, the controls, the 100 small things that make up Star Citizen, and while it still took a while to accumulate that wealth for ships, it was still considerably quick. This was almost a grind, but I enjoyed piloting the ships so much, and I must say, having dual sticks for this is an absolutely pivotal part of my enjoyment. It just feels so much more immersive. I started using the commodity alerts to put myself at a trader's mindset, and I gotta say, if CIG doesn't find a way to bulk this out, maybe incorporate into it reputation somehow, increase the number of commodities included, then they are wasting a great hook to loop players into cargo and trade. I found myself visiting even more backwater locations looking for ignored trade routes, and I found some that you might be interested in. Keep an eye out for that video in the coming weeks. And the ability to sell gear. Searching crates trying to find a full set instead of just buying it, turning the simplest activity into your own gear set quest, the hours will melt away like never before. There's a ton of new things to do in 3.17, and some changes to things we've been doing for a while, and sure, a bunch of issues that will hopefully be sorted. And of course, the death of the rat method. Whether it's temporary or permanent, only time will tell. So if you've been playing for a while and you have a hangar full of amazing ships, but you find it all becoming a bit dull, try something like I've done. Create a situation where the game feels new again. Experience the verse from a place of beginning instead of continuing. You might surprise yourself at what new way you approach the game. And there you have it, citizens. We may have lost the rat method, but we've gained so much more. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite addition to 3.17 has been so far. If you've enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you've enjoyed any of my content and haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so and letting me know that you think I'm a bit of alright. Stay safe in the verse, citizens, and I'll catch you all next time.